My mic was muted, right? Welcome to, yes, Pamela, I know. I was just saying, may the tech angels be with me, and my audio was not on. So let's do this again. Welcome to the Soul Infused Monday Show. It's the 200th show today. It's a huge anniversary. Now, let's hope it works out. Last week it didn't. So if you're watching the replay or if you're listening into this on Inside Timer later on and you're listening the beginning of this live show, so to say, just bear with me for a minute before we go in. Yes. Hey, tech. Haha. Yes. Okay. Let me just take a minute just to connect with you, just to bounce off a few things that it all works out and to wait for a few more people to join in. And if you are already here live, please leave a comment below. Yeah, everybody's laughing with me. Welcome. Things are incredibly interesting here. Now I lost you. Why did I lose you? No, I didn't lose you. You lost me. Okay, sorry about that. Hey, technology. Let's start this from scratch. So take a nice deep breath. And welcome to the Soul Infused Monday Show. 200 today. You've been with me for some of them. Not all of them, but some on and off. So I acknowledge you for being here. I want to celebrate with you today for the 200th show. And the topic today could not be better than how to actually celebrate in the midst of chaos, stress, and uncertainty. Now, well, it was chaotic, stressful, and uncertain, and I'm sure you can relate to it in some way or another. So I want to take a moment to acknowledge you and to celebrate you, actually, that are here. You are here today, right now, with me, and that means the world to me. Now, I want to engage you as well, or I want to be engaged with you, always like to hear from you. And I want to start the show by inviting you to do something. You don't have to really do something. It's more like an internal process. But take a moment right now. And by the way, if you're multitasking and you're doing like 10 different things at once, choose only one. Now, I hope you stay with me on the show here. But if there's something else more important, I'd rather you do one thing really mindful, really present, and you take that moment where you choose one thing for the next 20 or 30 minutes, hopefully me, and if not, to something else. But don't multitask. Don't do 3 things at a time because you're not really going to do any of those really present. So once you've done that, you take a nice deep breath. If you want, you close your eyes for a moment or you leave them open. And I want you to think about one thing, this moment right now, this time of your life, that you're really proud of, that you're proud of yourself, something that you're proud of about yourself, something that you've done. It can be very small, it can be very big. It's part of kind of celebrating as take a moment, not about anyone else. I don't want you to be proud of your children that did something great or someone else, you. What are you proud of in this moment? And don't get caught up in overcomplicating it in the sense of it has to be something huge, big, or special. No, sometimes you can even be proud, for example, and you might not be there. I'm not there right now, but I had days in my life that the biggest accomplishment of the day was that I didn't take my life away and I was still alive. Now that sounds kind of really like, extreme, but it's true. So there can be pride in you getting up and making your bed. You can be proud of yourself because you said no, even though it felt uncomfortable. Maybe you've had a tough year and you feel like you're really getting out of it more resilient and more strong, whatever. Or maybe you're proud of yourself because you made yourself a nice breakfast. I don't care what it is. I want you to think of one thing that you are proud of yourself. And I want you to leave me a comment and share that with me. Now, there's a reason why I'm doing that. Number one, it's still sad enough that generally people are too hard on themselves, especially women also, like there's maybe a lot of self-judgment that's been going on. So we go very quickly into, oh, this is what I don't like about myself, or I've not been good enough, or I've done not enough, or any version of that. And be honest, how often do you pause throughout the day and you think of something that you really acknowledge about yourself, appreciate about yourself, love about yourself, or a feeling of what am I proud of? Like, what did I do that makes me feel good about myself? Like, how often do you do that throughout the day? Like, be honest. So think about one thing that you're really proud of. Morning can be an internal piece, external piece, doesn't matter, and share it with me, okay? Also, the question on how to really celebrate when we are in the midst of chaos, stress, uncertainty. The world is going nuts right now. I mean, let's be real. Like, I'm not going to go into any details because this is not the platform to do that, but the world is going crazy with all the pandemics, the new regulation. Traveling is not easy anymore. There's so many rules. There's so many limitations. There's so many changes constantly, depending on which country you are in. Like, it's really, we don't know sometimes what's even going to happen next week or tomorrow. And here's the reality. And that's maybe comforting, even though it doesn't sound like it right away. But listen to this. It's always uncertain. We actually live in uncertainty constantly. Now, we create a sense of control and a routine, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, the reality, the truth is that we are never really certain of anything. So ultimately, we are just experiencing it right now more intensified because of what's going on outside in the world. Does that make sense? So in a way, we can actually relax with the fact that, oh my God, I maybe don't know what's going to happen, or I'm afraid of the unknown, or I don't know what the future is going to bring. Well, the truth is we never really know, right? So that's actually a good thing. So it's just relaxing more into presence, acceptance, non-resistance, and connecting inward instead of trying to control the outside. Now, let me share a few of the proud moments of you. Proud of getting a high-profile first speaker for my January Life Wave Summit. That's fantastic. Great. And now I want to ask you something. And you don't have to put that in the comments, but for anyone who shares a proud moment, like, what did it take? Like, what are you proud about in a way? Like, what did that take from you to actually do that? My strength the past week. Yeah, Tina, absolutely. Proud of getting medical examinations. Yeah, whatever it is. And again, I know that not everyone shares it, and you don't have to share it. You can just do it internally. Now, there is value in sharing it. And it has to do with, there's many reasons why we don't share. Shame is number one. Fear and shame is combined, because if you don't feel like sharing, and again, there's no judgment from my side. I mean, I've been where I've gone through everything. I don't say anything that I've not experienced myself. Now, when we think about something that we are proud of, that's sometimes shameful to share. Would it not be so much easier to share something that you don't like about yourself? In a heartbeat. You would think about 10, 15 things very quickly that you didn't accomplish, or that you don't like about yourself, or something that you judge about yourself. So easy and quickly, right? Now, it's way more challenging, and it takes way more courage to be somewhere and say, hey, I'm proud of myself that I did this, or I love this about myself, and I would love to change that. So, and it's not to go over the top, but it's kind to find a balance between, hey, there's more that I wanted to accomplish. What was holding me back? But I'm going to celebrate that I did a piece. Okay, so Proud, I sold paintings this past year. Tamira, fantastic. Great to have you here, by the way. Anything that you're proud of. So I want to talk about celebration and how you can include that and why that's actually important. Maybe you ask yourself, what was celebration? Why is that important? Celebration is an honoring of something. And celebration has a high vibration versus depression or regret or judgment, pressure. All of those have a lower frequency than celebration. Celebration is outgoing. Celebration is expansion. Celebration is honoring. And the celebration of yourself is crucial, especially if you're someone that has the tendency to focus on what's not nice about yourself or what you're not accomplished or the things that you don't have versus the things that you have. Now, whether there is chaos, whether you're going through a stressful moment, even when you go through a very dark moment in your life, there's always something to celebrate. And it's not about denying that you're maybe going through a difficult time. It's not pretending either that it's not there. You can honor and embrace that. And that's a very important piece on allowing yourself to celebrate is first to acknowledge and to accept whatever is there. And then make a conscious choice to choose to focus on one thing that you can celebrate on. Because energy follows attention. I've said that a million times over the last 20 years. Energy follows attention. What you focus on, you get more of. So even if you choose a tiny piece of something that is going to raise your vibration, that's going to get you out of something, is valuable because little wins, the little wins are actually going to make the difference, not this one huge celebration. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Is this landing? I tend to skip celebration and I know it's really beneficial now. The energy frequency is new insights. Yeah, absolutely. Energy follows attention. Debbie is quoting me all the time. Energy follows attention. Yes. Yeah. Keep remembering that. And again, I want to be very clear. It's not about pretending and that's not there. You can have both, and then you build on the celebration piece, the love piece, the accomplishment piece, the consciousness piece, whatever you want to call it. But you can really be sad and celebrate at the same time. You can be in a very anxious place and focus on something that you love about yourself anyway. You can be maybe totally stressed out and to choose to take a deep breath. Now, how simple is that? What if you would allow yourself to be proud of the fact that you choose to take a deep breath? Now, take a deep breath right now. Just take a deep, deep breath. Relax your body. Let the energy. Now it seems so simple, and you hear this from me over and over and over again, so it's not new to you. I want to tell you that most of humanity never pauses to take a conscious breath. So allow yourself to celebrate the little wins. The little things you do that you take for granted, that you dismiss about yourself, like celebrate those. Now, having said all of that, if you want to, and you can do that, take a piece of paper and write down all the things that you've done over the last week only, or even just the last few days, that you take for granted, and you allow yourself to celebrate those. To celebrate yourself, celebrate you. And top on the list, you are taking the time to tune into a show here live, where you make a choice to listen because you know it might inspire you. You know it will raise your vibration. You are connecting with like-minded people. You're choosing to listen, to learn and grow. Now, if that's not a reason to celebrate, then I don't know. Then I don't know. So choose to really honor and appreciate and celebrate yourself right now. And allow yourself to receive. I want to give you a quick example. We are so quick with self-judgment and too high expectations and too much pressure that often, lately, I've been talking to a woman that I only met recently. So I don't know her very well. She has not been exposed to my world very much. Now, I'm someone who points out the things that I appreciate about someone. It can be very simple and little things, superficial things. It could be really deep things. Now, what I noticed as, again, and a lot of women struggle with that big time, some men as well, but I notice it more in women, the difficulty to really receive compliments and how quickly it is to dismiss things. Now, and this was not a compliment necessarily, but I recently, and I think I shared that with you when I think I did, but it doesn't really matter. When I found this little kitten. Oh, no, I didn't. That was the Sunday before the show last week. Anyway, so if I tell the story again, there's a purpose on it for it. So last week on Sunday, I moved the remaining stuff I had. It was a really stressful day, and then I heard like a little meowing, and I said, "Oh, there's a little kitten or a cat." So, and I think I did share that with you, but. So I found this cat who was in really, really, really bad shape. Her back legs were broken. Oh, I think they were broken. She was in severe stress. Like she was not in a good state. And I rescued animals before. I've done a lot of volunteering work. If you know me, you know I love animals, and I work with animals as well. Now, my heart was it was hurt, like it was painful to see her that way. Now I picked her up, put her in a box, and put her in a safe place. And for most of the day, I was actually busy trying to find help for her because it was Sunday. And here they are not like very efficient volunteer or rescue places, but I did everything I could for most of the day to find someone to see her and to bring to the vet. Why I'm sharing this with you? It was quite stressful, and I asked for help constantly. I went in the Facebook group. I asked people I know, do you know someone that can help me rescue this kitten? Because I couldn't help her, obviously. I'm not a doctor or vet, or she was in really, really bad shape. And long story short, one woman was particularly helpful in connecting with people and just texting with me, being there with me. Now, when I saw her the next day, at some point I said to her, "Thank you for your help." And she completely dismissed it. And she's like, "No, I didn't do anything." But in a really like dismissive way for her. And I said like, "Well, pause a moment. Like just, like we'll do this again. And I will let you know why I'm thanking you. And the only thing is what you can just receive that and acknowledge that you were very supportive and very helpful." Now, why I'm sharing this with you, just tune into your life. How often are you not receiving something and you're dismissing it? And therefore, it's also a missed opportunity to celebrate yourself in a way and to appreciate your effort. Does that make sense? I kind of sidetracked a little bit. Kathy saying making lists does help me. Yes, absolutely. Now, the other thing that I wanted to share about this, and when I tune in, my heart is kind of like a little sad because we had to put her down. So her injuries were way too severe, so she didn't survive. Now, here's the thing where two things can be there at the same time. Now, I was very sad, even though I only met, this was just one day. It's not that I was super attached to this cat, but I was really sad. And once I, got to get down, I cried some tears. I was really sad. At the same time, I was very grateful and so happy that I took this day, even though it was so stressful, to rescue her in a way, to give her a safe place for her last moments in life. She was not out there in the wild, maybe having to suffer another couple of days out there. And she was not alone when she was put down. Now, you would think, hey, that is not a moment of celebration. And I would say I disagree. And we could maybe even say it doesn't have to be celebration, but it's like to honor what good was out, what came out of it. And another way of celebrating like in the midst of chaos, stress, and uncertainty is to have the mindset. It's my mindset. And I'm not saying it's always easy. It's actually not. But my mindset, or I live by, that there's always something good in everything. Now, sometimes it takes longer to see that. Sometimes you might have said, no, today I don't see anything good. But it's just a conscious choice to see the focus. Again, energy follows attention. There's something good in everything. So it was good I found her. It was good that I took her in. It was good that I made an effort. And it was even good that I found someone that put her down, and instead of letting her suffer for days out there. So that was a good thing, even though it might not look like a good thing. So life is a little bit like a roller coaster right now. And there are a lot of really good things. There are a lot of really good things happening right now. I want to say that because I am the first to say, honor your pain, embrace it, hold space for it. And I keep saying that. At the same time, I want you to know there's a lot of good happening. There's light. There's joy. And there's always, when we go through all these challenges, there is beauty on the other side. There's beauty beyond the dark clouds. There's love. Love is always part of it. Like love is always there. Love is never not there. If you feel it or see it, that's a different story. So, thank you, Lynn. Appreciate it. Yeah, makes sense. Honor your pain. Yes. Hi, Ida. Yes. So take another moment just right now. Take a deep breath. Honor whatever is there. Don't even label it as good, bad, challenging, not good enough. Just be with what is right now. And in that holding space, whatever you feel, what's one good thing? Like, what's good about the situation that you're in? What's good about a challenge that you might going through? I tell you one, by the way, a very funny one from last Monday, because I was preparing for this show, super excited to celebrate with you. 200 shows. Everybody was excited. But message just, yeah, let's do it. And 3 minutes, I kid you not, everything was still working. Now, 3 minutes before, I couldn't connect. And I thought, oh, shoot, my internet is not working. And I wanted to go on my backup plan. But then I saw other pages were working. So I didn't understand really first what was going on until I realized, oh, it's Facebook and everything related to Facebook. And I streamed through a third party. Even though I could stream on YouTube, it didn't work out. So I couldn't go live. And at some point I understood, okay, that's not my fault. Nobody is on Facebook right now. Nobody is on Instagram and nobody's on WhatsApp. It's all down. Now, there was a moment of, oh, shoot, what am I going to do now? And I was trying different things. And so I let go of it fairly quickly. Like with technology issues, I've had so many in my life. I don't sweat a tear. But here's the thing. That day I also was selling my fridge, and that was an important thing for me, and it was the last big piece of my house that I had to get rid of. Now, I would have not been on my phone throughout the Soul Infused Monday show. Now, in between the Soul Infused Monday show that wasn't happening, I got a message or a call, and she said, "Oh, my husband is about to pick up the fridge." And I said, "Well, I don't have time now. I don't know what you're coming now." And then I said, "Oh, wait a second. I do actually have time now because my show is not going live." So I was like, "Oh, that's a good thing." So, there's always something good in everything. So, thank you, Pamela. Honor what is right now. Yes. Wow, this is huge. Honor life and breath. Yes. Lord. Yes. So there's always something good, So again, last moment for today, and thank you for being here with me. It has been really a challenge to even go live here today. It's so chaotic sometimes behind the scenes. I want you to know I'm with you wherever you are. This year has been the biggest roller coaster in 20 years. So take another moment to complete this for today. Take a deep breath. Choose to love yourself. Choose to be kind to yourself. Choose to focus on all the little things you do every day that are amazing. And instead of dismissing them, or instead of taking them for granted, or even worse, instead of judging them, you celebrate them. And it doesn't have to be a huge, big celebration. It's an inner honoring of who you are, an inner honoring of how far you came, an inner honoring for just being in existence. And choose for the rest of the day, and for the rest of the week, and for the rest of your life to look at what's good in this. And what is something I can celebrate today? And do that for yourself first, and then you can do it for others as well. And invite others, okay? Yes, Amy, no problem. You can catch the replay. Now, before you leave, don't leave yet. Whether you've left a comment already or not at all, as for today's 200th, it's a difficult word for me, 200th show, I want you to do something. I want you to tune in. I want you to tune in. What was one thing that you got out of the show today? What was one takeaway? What is valuable? One thing, as small or as big as you want it to be, or if you have 5 things, but one thing. Now tune into that. What is one thing? And then leave a comment below. And if you've never left a message before, or if you've never left a comment before in any of my shows, choose to do that today. And then you can celebrate for the courage, or celebrate your authenticity, or celebrate, you letting yourself seen even though you don't want to. What is one takeaway? One thing that you're getting out of it, that you're saying, hey, yes, this was valuable and I'm gonna follow. Okay, and I'm gonna be here for a minute with you before we jump off. And I'm gonna share some of the takeaways, because your takeaways are so beneficial for others as well. Okay, are you ready? This is such a beautiful message. Yeah, thank you, Amy. Takeaway: celebrate equals inner honoring. That's a big awareness for me now. Beautiful. Celebration is an inner honoring. That's a great takeaway. That's actually really good. Really good. Honor how far you've come. Yeah, great takeaway. Oof. How quickly are we to judge where I'm still somewhere? I still am struggling with this, or I still have not done this. Celebrate how far you've come. Amazing. Another one, celebrating your wins, accomplishments versus the negativity thinking. Yeah, great takeaway. Oh my God, so easy to fall into the negative. Yeah. A little I love that you shared that, Tamira. And for anyone who struggles with this, here's a little extra nugget. So don't judge the negativity either, and don't judge that you're judging either, okay? If you have a hard time to focus on the good, on the positive, or your accomplishment, or just celebrating yourself in any way without putting bad or good, put at least one, even if you still stay negative. Like, for example, your thought is, oh my God, I haven't done all my things from my to-do list. You catch yourself with that thought and say, okay, let that be here. Now, what did I accomplish? And so you add it. You don't fight the other side. You don't try to judge it or get rid of it. And like, you can leave it there, but you add to it. You add what you have accomplished in addition, so that you don't get into the tendency to maybe even judge the judgment. Does it make sense? Little extra nugget for everyone. Another takeaway, allow to celebrate the small wins. Oh my God, this is so huge, Tine. Because here's the reality. What makes us grow are never the big things, are the consistent small things. Consistent small things. And I say this to you over and over again. Like, I'd rather you meditate 10 minutes a day than 1 hour a week. Because that's not going to be beneficial, or not as beneficial as you sit down every morning. Listen, if you are not taking time in the morning to be present, to meditate, to celebrate, to breathe, whatever your quality time is, if you don't do that, do it now. Listen, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. If you don't take time for yourself, if you don't take time to reflect in a positive way and to give yourself permission to spend quality time with yourself, to nurture yourself, to have self-care, to set the tone for the rest of the day, you are not going to have as good of a day as you can, and compounded over time, you miss out on a huge, huge, huge opportunity. So if you don't do this in the morning, do it. You are amazing. Another celebration here. A takeaway. A celebration can be about something big or small. Yes, just again, so important. You celebrate that you're here. If you haven't done that yet, celebrate yourself right now for just even listening and just to take the time to be here. Huge celebration. Thanks for the reminder to celebrate. I'm proud of taking good care of myself as I struggle. Yeah, beautiful, Kathy. Celebrate and be proud of yourself. Oh, I'm proud of you. It was infinite awareness of the celebration of life. That is, I'm alive on this journey. Great takeaway, Pamela. Great takeaway. Another takeaway, see what is happening as neither good or bad. Honor the present. Oh, that's such a good takeaway. Yes. If we can remove as much as possible the labels of bad or good, and you see it as an experience, just tune into that for a moment. Like, next time you say, oh my God, this is so bad, you say, oh my God, this is an experience. What an experience. Could be an intense experience, but it's an experience. Not good, not bad. I love this nugget. Yeah, I love the nugget. Another, yes, consistent small is better than consistent big things. Yeah, great takeaway. Yes, absolutely. Okay, great. Thank you for being part of this. I could talk to you for hours, and I will come back next Monday. So please join me for the 201 celebration of Soul Infused Monday show. Show up consistently, and you're always welcome. If you skip 1, 2, or 100 shows, you can always come back. Set the tone for a meaningful and inspired and uplifted week. This world right now, more than ever, needs you to be awakened, present, and intentional. The forces right now that are pushing scarcity and control and fear are so intense right now in the world. We need more people to be aware, awaken, and be able to make choices from a conscious mind versus a fearful mind. Okay? So stay awake, stay on the path, keep breathing, and keep going up and keep raising your vibration. Okay? Choose to love yourself, choose to love anyone you encounter. And I will see you again next Monday for a new episode of Soul Infused Monday. Much love.